Once upon a time in the quiet woods of Willowbrook Hollow, there lived a curious little rabbit named Pip. He had soft gray fur, twitchy ears, and a nose that wiggled every time he got into trouble, which was often. Pip's mother warned him every day, "Stay away from the old Thornberry farm. Pip, that place has secrets older than the trees." But Pip, being clever and a bit too brave, thought secret. Now, you've got my attention. Tall weeds choked the fences, and ivy curled around the broken barn like it was trying to swallow it whole. One sunny morning, while his brothers and sisters nibbled on clover, Pip hopped off toward the forbidden farm. Behind the barn, Pip found something stranger. Tiny garden gate, barely knee-high, even for a human, covered in moss and wildflowers. It creaked open when he pushed it with his nose. Flowers glowed softly like lanterns, carrots floated midair, and butterflies sang lullabies instead of buzzing. Inside was a garden unlike any he'd ever seen. But not just any fox. This one wore round spectacles and carried a walking stick made of twisted vines. Suddenly, a voice called out. "I'm Pip," he stammered. "I didn't mean to intrude. Who dares into the secret garden of Willowbrook Hollow? Only those who truly care for nature may enter this garden." "What do you seek here, Rabbit?" Pip spun around and saw a creature he didn't expect, a fox. Flowers wilted, vegetables sank into the ground, and the sky turned gray. The fox narrowed his eyes. Pip looked around at the magical vegetables floating above the soil. Snacks, he said sheepishly. The fox sighed. "You're no different from the others." With a flick of his paw, the garden began to change. "Most come seeking treasure, but you came curious, not greedy. Happiness. You must prove your heart," said the fox. "Answer this riddle." He helped tend the garden, studied its magic, and even befriended the... "I grow without roots, bloom without light. I vanish with greed, but shine with delight. What am I?" Pip scratched his head. The fox blinked in surprise. Correct. He wore a cardboard crown, carried a wooden sword, and believed every day should be an adventure. Suddenly, the garden came alive again, but now it pulsed with warmth and color. "You passed the test," said the fox, smiling. He introduced himself as Thistlewick, the guardian of the secret garden, placed there centuries ago by the forest spirits to protect rare plants that could heal any ailment. "But few have entered," Thistlewick said, "and none have left unchanged." From that day forward, Pip returned to Notate, but alone. The walls stretched into forests. The floor became waves, and before he knew it, he was floating in a small wooden boat toward a distant island shrouded in mist. When his mother asked where he went each day, Pip simply smiled and said, "To a place where curiosity grows, gardens and kindness blooms forever." They roared and howled, not with anger, but with loneliness. "Wait, you're the monster?" "Where the wild things are." Once upon a time in a quiet seaside town, there lived a boy named Max, a whirlwind in sneakers. But sometimes Max's wildness got him into trouble. One rainy afternoon, after knocking over his sister's tower of books and chasing the cat around the house, his mom sighed and said, "Max, go to your room until you can behave like a human being, not a monster." Max stomped off, grumbling under his breath, "I am a human, just a royal one." That night, as thunder rumbled outside, Max's room began to change. He had arrived at the Island of Echoes. There, towering creatures awaited him, horns like tree branches, fur like moss, eyes glowing like lanterns. "You are the king we've been waiting for," bellowed a creature with antlers and tears in his eyes. "I am." Max blinked. "Yes, you must help us find our lost voices," said another, her voice trembling like wind chimes. Max tilted his head.